Hi there, this is Luke. Welcome to my video. So I will teach you Chinese systematically. We have a Chinese sentence here. Translated into English, it means he enjoys going shopping alone. In Chinese, it reads 他喜欢一个人逛街. So what I want to talk about here is that all Chinese characters, their tone, their pronunciation falls into 4 tones. So here are they. This is the high flat tone. We also call it the first tone. Ta. Okay, so the first, we'll mark it as first. Okay, we will write just this is the first tone. Ta. It's a high flat tone. Ah. Ah. And this is the second tone. It goes upward. Yeah, it's also called rising tone. Rising tone because it goes upward, right? So this is the second tone. E, E, E. This is the second tone, okay? So the third tone is Xi. It's like a big V, a bit like a big V. Yeah, but with this part goes longer, yeah, than this part. This is the third tone. E, E, yeah, E, and goes upward, yeah. It falls a bit and then goes upward. Xi is the third tone, okay? And the last one, which is the fourth tone, we also call it the falling tone because you see it falls just downward, right? So this is the fourth tone. It reads g, g, g. This is the fourth tone. Get overwhelmed? No problem. I will give you examples. Okay. So the first one, let's write down here. Okay. So this is the first one we just learned, right? So it is a high flat one, right? High flat. So we just it goes horizontally or straight. Yeah. So we call it high tone. So I will give one Chinese character as example. So this Chinese character reads ba, ba, high flat tone. Ba, ba. Okay. So the second tone is it goes upward, right? We also call it rising tone. Rising tone. It rises. Ba, ba, ba goes upward, right? Rises. Ba. Okay, so here is one Chinese character as an example. Ba. So this word means like you pluck. Let's say you pluck the wheat, pluck the duck feather, right? Ba. Yeah. So the third tone is this. Really, it's like it's falls a bit and it goes upward, a bit like the English letter V. Okay, so it reads ba. It falls a bit and it goes upward. Okay, ba, ba. Okay, so here is the Chinese character. So I will not explain this Chinese character because it's complicated for you, especially you're a new Chinese learner. Okay, ba, ba. Okay, the fourth tone, yeah, which is also called the falling tone. ba, it falls, right? It goes downward. Ba, okay? So here is the one of the Chinese characters that reads ba. It means father, dad, father or dad, right? Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so let's repeat. The first tone, high flat tone, ah, ba. The second tone, rising tone, ba, ba. The third tone, it falls a bit and it goes upward longer, right? So it reads ba, ba. The fourth tone, ba, bo ah, ba, ba, ba. So you see this Chinese sentence, every single word, yeah, falls into these four tones, yeah, respectively. I mean, no matter how long a Chinese sentence you see, all the Chinese characters, yeah, the pronunciation or the tone of those Chinese characters, they fall into these four tones. Okay, if you grasp these four tones, and then it will be easy for you to learn Chinese sentences. But we are not talking about Chinese sentences here. Like I said, I will teach you Chinese systematically. I will teach you Chinese from scratch, and then gradually take you to the advanced level. Okay, so here is just an example, and that to show you that there are just the four tones in Chinese. That's simple, right? Four tones. Okay, maybe I just talk too much. Let's give you another example. If you still can't understand it, yeah. So another word, let's say, okay, this we call it Chinese Pinyin. Pinyin is similar to the English phonetics. Yeah, Pinyin. So the first one is a high flat tone, right? G, G. Okay, I give you one Chinese character as an example. Ah, G, chicken, which means chicken. Yeah. And the second tone is a rising tone. So here's another Chinese character as an example. G, G, it goes upward, right? G, G, G means hurry, hurry. Okay, so the third tone, it's like a English letter V, yeah? G, G. So it means squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yeah. Also, the fourth tone, the foreign tone, right? G, G. Okay, G. Remember, to remember. It means to remember. Okay, so let's review one more time. The first tone, ah, ba. Second tone, ah, ba. Third tone, ah, bo ah, ba. Fourth tone, bo ah, ba, ba. Okay, one more time. First tone, high tone, E, G, E, G. Second tone, rising tone, G, G, G. Third tone, E, G, G. Fourth tone, E. Fourth tone, right? G, E, G. Okay, you got it? Okay, so let's review the four tones, yeah, by reading this sentence. Ta, first tone, right? Ta, Xi, third tone. Huan, first tone. Yi, second tone, rising tone. Ge, fourth tone. Ren, second tone. 逛 fourth tone. 接 first tone. You got it? Now let's look at some Chinese words or phrases. Okay, we see college. It's a single English word, right? But in Chinese, yeah, they always appear in pair, like come appear as a couple. Okay, college is a single English word, but translated into Chinese, it's 大学. So actually, it consists of two Chinese words. Okay, the majority of Chinese phrases are like that. So a singular English word corresponds to two Chinese characters. I mean, like most Chinese words, they just appear in pairs. Yeah, like these examples. College is a single word, but in Chinese, it consists of two Chinese characters. Yeah, 大学 means college. Apple, a single English word, right? And translated into Chinese is 苹果. That's our two Chinese characters, right? 苹果, apple. College, 大学. So you should be aware that the most Chinese characters or phrases, they appear in pair. Yeah, so most Chinese phrases or words comes in two Chinese characters. Okay. Now let's break down the formation of Pinyin, which is similar to phonetics in English. So when you learn English, you learn the phonetics, right? So when you learn Chinese, you should also learn the Pinyin. Yeah, because when you when you see a new Chinese character or new Chinese phrase, you can't read it. But if it comes with pinyin, then on top of the Chinese characters, then you can learn how to read it. Okay, so now I will just break down the formation of Chinese pinyin. Okay, we will learn the Chinese alphabet one by one. So we see that there are four pinyins here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So is there like a pattern how they are formed? Is there like a regularity how they are formed, or law that they are formed? Actually, for most, or I would say any, for most or any of the pinyin that they are formed with two parts. Okay, this one, the D, the English letter D, we call it initial. Initial, and the left part, yeah, we call it final. So Chinese pinyin is comprised of initial and the final combined. Yeah, the initial and the final combines and to form a pinyin. Okay, so for this pinyin, the final is the X, and the rest part is the final. Okay, so every pinyin is like that. There's like only one of a few exceptions that don't go this way. Yeah, but the majority of Chinese pinyin that's read like this. Okay, so this one same. The P is the final, and followed by the the P is the initial, and followed by the final. This part we call it the final. And later down, I will break down and teach you how to learn all these final initials and the finals. Okay, the same applies to this pinyin 我. The G is the initial, and the rest part is the final. Okay, initial, final. So Chinese pinyin consists of one initial as a part and the final as the other. Okay. So, but for sure, those the pronunciation of the initial and the final are different, compared to English phonetics. Okay, they're different. And now I will, in the next video, I will teach you all these initials and the finals. Okay, so you see that these are the initial consonants of Chinese Pinyin. Okay, but you may notice that there are actually 3 consonants initials that consist of 2 English letters. Okay, so remember that there are 3 of them. Okay, so all of these initials that they appear in the pinyin as the first word, as the first letter, or the first part. Yeah, and it's like a leader in the pinyin and to make a sound. Okay, followed by this single or compound vowels. Yeah, to complete the formation of Chinese pinyin or syllable. Yeah, it's more usually called pinyin. I don't think syllable is the right word to describe it, pinyin in English. Yeah. Okay, so let's say it reads bo, bo, bo. Yeah, if followed by this single vowel, it reads ah, ah. It pronounces ah, ah. So if I do bo, ah, o, ah, ba. Okay, that's a pinyin. Okay, so the important thing here is that we should learn how to read all these initials and the single or compound vowels. Okay, here are just 6 single vowels. Yeah, for the compound vowels, they would come like in 2 letters or even 3 letters. Yeah, I will teach you later. So right now, let's just learn all these alphabet here. So remember, to master the pronunciation of these initials and the single or single vowels is very important. Yeah, likewise, when we learn the compound vowels, the most important is to master their pronunciations. Okay, so just read after me. Bo, bo, bo. Okay, bo, po, po. A bit like explosive when you try to make this sound. Po, po, mo, mo, mo. Four, four, four. Yeah, read after me. The, 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 t, 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 le, le, le. So you should notice the difference of this word and this word. Similar to English word that when English word starts with this letter, they should how to say. I don't know how to say that in professional English. Like you need to make a sound with the nose, right? It's so news, news, news. Okay, and this one, l, 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 g, 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 k, 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 h, 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 g, 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 chi, 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 xi, xi, xi. Okay, this one is hard for English learners because there is no such a phonetics in English. So how to read this word? Zh, zh. It's that you need to roll your tongue inward. Zh, zh, zh. Roll your tongue inward. So like you need to roll your tongue to read this correctly. Okay. Zh, zh, ch, 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 ch. Roll your tongue inward and with the tip of the tongue touching like the bottom, the inner part of your mouth. Yeah. Ch, ch, sh, sh, sh. So remember these three words, okay? These three, yeah. When you read them, you need to roll your tongues, okay? And now okay. Z, z, z. Yeah, corresponding to these three initial consonants that you need to roll your tongues. These are the three that you don't, but the pronunciation sound very alike. Yeah, without rolling your tongues. Yeah, so these three initial consonants read as z, z, s, 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 s. Notice the difference. Okay, I will read these three again and then these three, so you will notice the difference. Okay. Z, z, ch, ch, sh, sh, z, z, c, c, s, s, z, z, ch, s, sh, s. Okay. I, 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 u, u, u. Okay, now it's the singular vowels. Okay. Ah, open your mouth widely. Okay, okay. But not as well as the crocodiles. Okay, or you will hurt your mouth. Okay. Ah, ah. Okay, in English, this reads oh, oh, with the mouth uh, shaped in a round. Okay, but in Chinese, this reads not that round. Okay, keep your mouth a slightly bit closed, like oh, 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 not oh, not. Don't open your mouth that wide. Okay, oh, 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 uh, 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 i, 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 u, u, u. Okay, this one may be difficult for you guys, but it's easy for Germans because in German there's a similar sound like this. Okay, ü, 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 ü. Okay, so later on we will just learn more compound vowels that will follow those initial consonants to form Chinese Pinyin. Okay, thank you for watching. Yeah, remember to subscribe and give me a like if you do enjoy my video.